We've got breaking news from Major League Baseball where veteran right-hander Max Scherzer has agreed to a one-year, $15.5 million deal with the Blue Jays. That's been confirmed by our Jim Bowden. Now entering his age 40 season, Scherzer missed most of the first half of the 24 campaign playing for the Rangers after undergoing off-season surgery to repair a herniated disc, as Scherzer just appeared in 9 games. Let's bring in our MLB insider to HQ. Jim, great to be with you once again. What more can you tell us on how this deal got done?
Yeah, Tommy, Max Scherzer threw for several teams over the last month, and he looked really good. His velocity was in the mid-90s. He was spinning the ball extremely well. He appears to be completely healthy, and the Blue Jays have decided to take a gamble on the future Hall of Famer here. Now, I did get a big kick, Tommy, out of the contract just because Justin Verlander just signed a one-year, $15 million deal with the San Francisco Giants. Alex Cobb, a one-year, $15 million deal with the Tigers. Charlie Morton, a one-year, $15 million deal with the Orioles. And then what does Scherzer get? $15.5 million. Does that sound like Scott Boras, or is that Scott Boras making sure his client gets a little bit more than everybody else? So it's a good contract for Max, but I will say this. A lot of concerns about if he can stay healthy. A lot of concerns about how much money, how many innings he's going to be able to pitch for this future Hall of Famer. Only 45 innings a year ago. So I think there's a lot of questions about durability here, but he looks healthy, and we know when he's healthy, he can be very solid. He's no longer a 1 or a 2 starter, more of a 3 or 4 type starter right now in his career.
Jim, how do you assess the Toronto offseason? They struck out in Sasaki, but they get Santander. Now they get Scherzer. The polar bear maybe still out there. What are we thinking?
Yeah, I think they've had a very good offseason. I do. I mean, I think that when you add Scherzer, more importantly, Jeff Hoffman to a 3-year deal in the offseason, the former Philly reliever who had 2 straight years of ERAs under 3. You brought in Yimi Garcia as well to add with Hoffman in the bullpen. You've got 3 quality pitchers to add to what is already, by the way, a very solid rotation with Kevin Gausman, Jose Barrios, Chris Bassett, and Bowden Francis. So they've got a very good rotation now. They've got a very deep bullpen. And they needed a big bat in the middle of that lineup to put in between Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette. Santander does that, right? 44 homers last year as a member of the Orioles. So the middle lineup is better. The pitching staff is deeper. I like what they've done. I don't anticipate them also signing Pete Alonso. I think they're pretty much done after this. I do think Alonso eventually will go back to the Mets. But I think the Blue Jays have had a solid enough offseason, not maybe to make the playoffs, but to be a relevant contender.
All right, that's the latest from our Jim Bowden. Jim, certainly appreciate it. The Toronto Blue Jays will enter the season with those moves that they had recently, and now Max Scherzer a part of that. Odds to win the World Series, Blue Jays currently 55-1, not even on the second page here. They've got a couple of division mates that are on this list, like the O's and the Yankees. And naturally, the Dodgers are the betting favorite, shortest odds on the board at +250.